as close as possible. If you use XML, for example, XML is the closest that comes into our argument. So XML can keep the syntax and semantics as close as practically possible. Of course, it cannot completely solve the problem, but it keeps the semantics. It has an ability to add semantics into the definition of the standard. The rest we leave it to the human interpreter. This struggle is between, therefore, the two camps. Those who are innovating to preserve cultural assets, the free software community, and those who are innovating to control the cultural assets. Public bodies and governments should decide who they want to support in this war. The governments are not with the free software camp in all states of the world. Most governments, with some exceptions, do not have a policy to support and use exclusively free software. In the absence of policy, the proprietary software is polluting human culture. Most public documents are encoded in the proprietary format currently, which means we have no freedom from the proprietary companies. Public documents belong to each one of us. Therefore, we must urgently do something about it. The obvious choice is to adopt free open document standards and to adopt free software for all major consumer products and public utilities. In India, the state government of Kerala is in the forefront of supporting this cause. The government of Assam is following. We are waiting for the central governments to do as well. Brazil has a policy to use open standards for all public administration. European Union also is moving in the same direction. I'm hoping that Saudi Arabia would also take a step in this direction. But I just wanted to give this warning because e-governance can be dangerous to society. And of course, it's dangerous to society if you are using proprietary software, if it replaces people, if it is intransparent, if it gives more power to the mafia and not the people. E-governance is not dangerous if you use free software. Swatantra in Sanskrit means free. I was just told some time ago that in Arabic, you have an expression for free. Can you remind me? Al-Hara. Yeah. So that's basically what we want the software should be. Software Al-Hara. If you reduce the workload of workers, and also, of course, we want to make sure that the digital technology should be used with care, because digital technology is quite disruptive. It is so much disruptive. In fact, some of the historians have commented that it is as disruptive or as constructive as agriculture, because it is actually restructuring all our lives. All our social, cultural, and administrative, political space is being restructured right now by this digital technology. And therefore, we have to be very, very cautious of what steps we are taking. And if you are not using free software, it's going to be a danger. And I suggest certain ways. Well, this is something that most of you know. One of the people who inspired the ideas of freedom. Be the change you want to see. So what do we have to do in this kind of a situation? How do we change the situation? So each one of you have a role to play. And I recommend the following: civil disobedience kind of action. So what do? Next time someone sends you an ultra hard document, that is my pun of the Microsoft document, send the following message: I refuse to read digital documents written in a private language. So I request you and your organization not to send attachments in such formats. Please use open standards for all your digital communication. Text documents encoded in ASCII, Unicode, HTML, RTF, PDF, ODF are open standards. Similar open standards exist for all other multimedia formats. Please join us to clean up the already polluted digital environment for a cleaner digital society. This is my way of writing, but you can write your own way. And there are many such options available on the GNU.org site. So you can choose your one. You can put a milder one, you can put a harder one like I do, but the point is that you can educate people. When someone is sending you that, you can educate people by this process. So that's the way how we can actually build a social movement against proprietary software. And of course, freedom is expensive, because any system that is open will be perturbed by the rest of the environment. we have to resist the perturbation. And resisting that perturbations is expensive. And that's one of the reasons why we have to spend time and energy to give our public departments the desired freedom and self-reliance. Using free software is incidentally inexpensive. So sometimes we always say that let's use free software because it doesn't cost us anything. But even if it is expensive, we should be running for freedom. This talk is, of course, available as a copyleft document. Please use it, a part of it or whole of it. And I finish my talk here. Thank you. And if you have any questions.